Hello and welcome to The Drama Coach. My name is Lisa and this is my channel for things all about drama and theatre studies. So in today's video, I'm going to be reading a short monologue by Ophelia in William Shakespeare's Hamlet. Going to make a few videos that are readings. I'm not going to memorize them. You probably need to for your acting, but I'm going to read them for you. I found that there's a wealth of resources out there if you want to watch the fantastic actors on stage and film perform these monologues. But actually, sometimes some of my students just need to hear them, get to grips with the words, or perhaps the rhythm. Now remember, with Shakespeare, this was written 400 years ago. And there are some great scholars who have studied the way in which it should be said. I don't want you to get too hung up. It's usually a Google search away to find out how to pronounce a word that you haven't seen or said before. But again, just cross-check your references there. I really don't want Shakespeare to be feared. When I was growing up in school, obviously absolutely loved drama, but to be flung a piece of Shakespeare and asked to read it aloud to the entire class, that was terrifying for me. So I hope that if you find yourself reading Shakespeare aloud, you can feel comfortable. Hopefully perhaps you're in your speech and drama session, or perhaps you've seen it beforehand, and perhaps you're surrounded by kind, caring, supportive individuals. I really do hope so. So, drop me a comment if you've got any Shakespeare fears, and I'd love to see if I can help with them. So I'm going to make a few videos where I just give some readings of some Shakespeare monologues or parts of duologues that might help some students. So, as I said, this is from William Shakespeare's Hamlet. This is the character Ophelia. And this is Act 2, Scene 1. And this is just after she's had a bit of an altercation with Hamlet and he's seeming a little bit crazy. And this is what she says to her dad as she bursts in. "Oh, my lord, I have been so affrighted. My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet with his doublet all unbraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungart'red and down-gyved to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport, as if he had been loosed out of hell. To speak of horrors, he comes before me. He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow he falls to such perusal of my face as I would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go, and with his head o'er his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their helps, and to the last bended their light on me." So I hope that reading was useful. Drop me a comment if there are any other Shakespeare readings that you would like, and I will do my best to facilitate those for you. Or if you have any questions as to how I can help you understand Shakespeare. If you haven't already, then I'd really appreciate you subscribing to The Drama Coach. You'll be the first to know when some new content is put out there, especially, of course, if it's an answer to your question.